President Harry Truman referred to it as a police action, but for the thousands of men who served and died in Korea during the 1950s, it was nothing less than a war. Now a passionate local veteran says Idaho needs a Korean War chapter and asked Fox 9 to help get the word out. On Your Side's Don Nelson reports.
At Busan, the UN forces had to stand firm or be pushed off the Korean peninsula.
65 years ago today, North Korean forces, backed by the Soviets and Chinese, invaded South Korea, leaving America to stand with the South Koreans for their freedom.
They stood firm.
3 years later, the fighting ended, creating the Korean Demilitarized Zone, separating the two countries.
We lost 131 men from Idaho in the Korean War.
In all, over 33,000 Americans died in combat.
It is not a police action, it is a war, because they were getting killed.
And that's why Forrest Zimmerman is so passionate about what he feels is a lack of respect for Korean War veterans in our state.
I was up there at that cemetery on Memorial Day. There was not one wreath put up there for Korea.
Forrest knows time is not on his side, but that won't stop him from ringing the bell.
I just turned 85 years of age. I am the only one that gets goosebumps when I think about trying to help our veterans and their dependents here in this state of Idaho.
Idaho is one of only 3 states in the entire country that does not have a chapter of Korean War veterans in the association. And Forrest says that's just not acceptable.
Soldiers from many lands who had traveled thousands of miles to fight for the right of a distant nation to remain free.
We don't have an organization. We don't have a bankroll. We don't have a Treasury Department. We don't have the money.
So here lies the problem. You need at least 10 members to form a chapter, and Forrest cannot get the numbers needed.
Nobody seems to want an organization here in Idaho.
This is Don Nelson reporting. On Your Side asked the national office, who told us you need those 10 members to start a chapter. If you'd like to help Forrest and his efforts, there will be a table set up at the Veterans Appreciation Day at the VA hospital this Saturday from 11 to 2.